I'm Inside, and I saw the Twilight Zone Season 4, Episode 9, Printer's Devil. It is directed by Ralph Sineski, written by Charles Beaumont. If you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. Time and temperature check, it is 6 p.m. Currently it's 80 degrees, 60% humidity. On with the review. This episode follows Douglas. He has this failing newspaper business. And there's this guy who's like, yo, I have to quit. You haven't paid me in 8 weeks. And I like how he tolerated 8 weeks of no pay. That says something. But of course he had to be like, I have to eat too. Understandable. It really shows the condition of the newspaper. It shows that there's like this history with everything with the newspaper. There's this newspaper culture. There's like this big hype. And now you got this newspaper struggling to find ways to monetize their newspaper and finding stories. But it's because, and I love this little showing of the newspapers side by side. One that's like really big headlines, super catchy. I would buy that newspaper. And then the one next to it has wrong information. It's not updated. The big flashy one was like, hey, this information is wrong. And then the one next to it that's their newspaper is like, oh, well, the wrong information. And it's so funny just seeing them fail. I guess it's also funny saying that sentence. He's drinking about it. He has this chick, the secretary chick. They're having a love thing going on. There's a kissu going on. And he's just like, I'm gonna have a drink. And he goes to this bar. And he's like, alcohol. And he's drinking. He's drinking the alcohols that he's got. And he's finishing the alcohol that he has. Throws the alcohol into the water and he's about to jump. But before he does, there's this guy who just suddenly appears. And he's like, you're about to jump, right? And this is my favorite part. I was caught off guard with how edgy this got. It just so suddenly was like, oh, this is actually quite hilarious. You got the devil guy. He's clearly the devil because he's asking for a lighter to light his cigar. And at the end of the scene, he lights the cigar with his own fingers. So yeah, he's the devil. And he also has like a very mischievous, evil grin about him. While talking to this guy, he's like, hey, you're going to jump off, right? Well, wouldn't you want like a better way to do it? Something that's more definitive. That, from this height, jumping into that water, that wouldn't really do anything. That'd just be an inconvenience. And wow, you're hurt now? Just saying stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is actually quite funny. And wow, it is really bright now. He accepts the help of this guy, Mr. Smith. I love how the woman's like, he kind of seems a little iffy, but he's like, we gotta get the newspaper business going. We have to keep it going. And we got the freaking Mr. Smith man. He's typing up stories. And these stories are happening. And they're the first to report on these stories. And it turns out the devil, Mr. Smith, he's causing these stories to occur to help the newspaper man. And it's causing all these internal conflicts. Douglas is not satisfied. I love seeing Douglas dissatisfied because he got his success, but the devil's way. And the devil's like, you know what, I'm done with you. I'm actually not interested. And I've done this contract, and I'm gonna write that you guys died in a car accident. I'm gonna write that this chick died in a car accident, your lover, and he's gonna drive, and he's gonna cause the car to accelerate and make it so that they both crash. But he doesn't die because he's the devil, but she does because she's mortal, and he has to stop that. And it's a fun time seeing all the tension happen. I was quite intrigued with this episode because there's a lot of tension build up, and I like a classic Faustian deal. Don't deal with the devil. Faustian tales, mwah. In the end, everybody loses, and that chick, she's alone. How sad. I like it. It's a fun time. I like the earlier Faustian deal episode of The Twilight Zone, or also be like, oh, this is a great one, you know? Like, I just like the other Frosty and Deal. I guess there's a few Frosty and Deal Twilight Zone episodes. Like, the earlier ones I like more, in my opinion, just because, I don't know, I saw them first, and also it just felt like more succinct, more of like a hard, set and fast lesson. It felt like it was trying to be brevity. Brevity is the soul of good. A good lesson. It felt like the early Twilight Zone episodes were. Good acting. I like how everything turned out. I like all the smoothness of the narrative, and its narrative being all smooth and all that fun jazz. I'd have to give it, it's like a 7.5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another on the platform. Really likes it. If I haven't reviewed on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it at all. That's why you gotta get them Patreon requests at patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 deals for 1 movie review per 1 month. There's been sun in my eyes the entire time. Also support the daily grindiness by going to this link tree right here. Help support me blinding myself and also doing these daily reviews. But I enjoy blinding myself and being out inside in nature and touching grass. So if you want to help me touch more grass and talk about movies, go to my link tree. So you can go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later. My salad croutons and bacon bits.